Okay, Bruno, what is that? Is it song? Thank you. Okay, here's what we're going to talk about it. And I'm going to first, before we start digging in what we're going to talk tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about the basics. Just giving a step back, to the basics. So who was Allan Kardec? So the name Allan Kardec is basically what is called the name that he used, right, to write all the books. So his pen name is how they say. His real name was Léon Denisard Rivail. Sorry, I don't speak French, so probably not exactly those words. He was a French educator, philosopher, and he was born in 1804. How many years ago? I let you do the math. I shouldn't do the math, so I let you. Tell me later. You ask? That's why I'm asking. See if everybody's paying attention.
250.
Thank you, Bruno. Very good. See those classes that you went. So he spoke different languages. He was, had a big intellectual background. He used to teach physiology, astronomy, chemistry, physics, just the basic stuff, okay, for that time, in a very famous school in Paris. And so he wrote books in education also. And he organized, like different courses for underprivileged people. In 1854, how old was he?
50.
50. It was pretty interesting. So 50 years old. He started to study this paranormal phenomena that was happening in Europe and in the United States. So it's so interesting because things were happening in Europe. So this, it's called the turning tables at that time. But he was very skeptical. He was like, nope, no, I don't believe what. So he went, with some friends to see. And while everybody was like, oh, this is so fun. And have a tea, let's have a party here. He was observing, thinking, wait, there's something happening here. But it's so interesting that he's the one who made that question. There's something here. There's probably an intelligence behind that. So, and he started to study this phenomena. And what is interesting is, and we were talking about it yesterday during the mediumnic study, he had a very organized process, very smart, very intelligent, and he had a very organized process. So what he did, he started to study and asking questions to the different mediums in different parts, of the globe, not only in his city, but around the city and different countries also. So he had, because he was an educator, he had a very simple, for him, method to organize things. But think about this. How many questions are in the Spiritist book? That was the first book that he ended up, compiling. How many questions?
900.
The first Spiritist book.
500.
No? Let's see, do I have mine? I have mine. Here. I'll let you take a look, Bruno.
No, the second one is 2018.
Thank you, 2018. So think about this. He asked 1,018 questions, or maybe more, I don't know if it was the exactly number, but he got back the answers for 1,018 questions. No computer, correct? So he organized everything, and he asked the questions, organized, put everything together in an order that we could understand. What was the first question he asked? What is God? And then from there, he organized, the Spiritist book. So it's very interesting. There is a sequence, and it makes sense, for us to understand.
Was he a medium?
Good question. Was he a medium?
He was very inspired, but he was not a medium.
Not a medium. Yeah. So he's very inspired, and it's very interesting because at one point there was he could hear.
He was not a how do you say
ostensive.
medium.
Yeah.
Because medium are
We all are. But at one point he was writing, he was compiling everything, and he heard some knocks, on the wall, and he would go towards and would stop, and he would go back and forth, and then he found out later, that a medium, not him directly, but a medium saying that spirit making, those sounds, was the one who's going to help him. And so he put himself available for a couple hours every day for him to ask questions. So he helped him. But he was helping through the medium, not directly with Kardec. Does it make sense? Mm-hmm. So this is the first book he wrote. He compiled. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the first one was the Spiritist book, and we're going to have a quiz at the end of the lecture. Let's see if you remember the book and the year. Okay. Spiritist book, 1857. The Medium's book, 1861. The Gospel According to Spiritism, 1864. Heaven and Hell, 1865. And then Genesis, 1868. And then he also had a lot of information that was compiled after his death, through another book, but it's not part of those five. Okay, so the Spiritism, as a conclusion, was not created by one person. Okay? And what I'm saying is Kardec compiled and organized everything. However, the Spiritism, the questions were made, who did he ask the questions to?
Spirits.
The spirits. So it's from the spirits. So not one person saying, oh no, I am here, I created the Spiritism. No, not like that. So he organized, correct? Marcel, do you have a question? Okay. So he organized everything, but doesn't mean that he owns the Spiritism or, by any means. Okay? So, and here we talked already about it, that he had over 1,000 questions. So here the good news. If we do know this, don't be scared. We are all spirits. It's just when we say spirit, sometimes it has a connotation. We might understand, a ghost. Yes, the ghost and the smoke in the air, I don't know. But we are the spirits, so we don't need to be afraid of ourselves, correct? So we are spirits. The difference is they're spirits, they are incarnated and discarnated. We are what?
Incarnated.
Hopefully.
So far.
So far. So what is the purpose of the incarnation? I don't like to write the whole thing, but it just makes sense for us to understand. So, Charles, I'm sure you have very good English, so do you mind reading this?
Incarnation is a tool to reach perfection. Some it is an
Expiation.
for others it is a mission. Every spirit must experience difficulties of physical existence to reach perfection. Another objective, place spirits in situations where they can their share in the work of creation.
Mm-hmm. So basically, what is the goal of incarnation? Why we incarnate as a spirit? To reach what? Perfection. So are we all going to get there?
Yes.
Yes? At the same time?
Yeah.
No. Different paces. It's like when you are in a marathon, so we all start together. But then there's all the people that are more, they train more. Yeah? Oh no, I'm the back. But people that train, they're the professionals, so they go first and they finish first. We're going, they're already coming back. Waiting. And there are people that are, in the middle. And at the end, the goal is to finish, correct? We're all hopefully going to finish. So that's the same. We're all going to reach that perfection, but different paces. We all have our different paces, right? Okay, so let's talk about the necessary awakening. What is, first of all, what does it mean to awake? To awake from sleep. I was looking in the dictionary. What exactly is that? Haroldo Dutra. So Haroldo Dutra is a speaker, a spiritist speaker, and he tells the story that is very interesting. This wise man was visiting a town, So, you know, a long time ago. So he was walking. So he was walking to get to this town, and he saw the cemetery. And he noticed the cemetery, kind of old ones, you know, with the ones that you have the names,
Tombs.
stones. I think it's stone grave, right? The name, if I remember correctly. But it has the name of the person and also had a number. And he noticed, oh, so and so, 2 years. Another person, 1 year. Another person, 4 years. Another one, another name, 3 years. And I was like, wow, something happened in the city. Maybe there was a disease and all the kids died at the same time because they were so young. So he met a friend and he asked him, so can you tell me what happened? Why people died so early here? Did you have a disease? He said, no. There's nothing to do with disease. What we do is we put in the cemetery when someone dies, the time that that person actually lived after that person woke up, after the awakening. So awakening, it means when you find out the purpose of your life, when you understand why you're here, and you understand that you have a path, you know, to go. Does it make sense? So those are the years. So those people, it doesn't matter which age they were, like 40, 80, doesn't matter. So those are the years that they actually can effectively live. Does it make sense? Mm-hmm. So the question for us, how many years did we effectively live? Did we already wake up? When I mean wake up is not when you're sleeping. Just like I said.
Are we waking?
Exactly. Are we awakened? No, awake. Already? Are we? Maybe not. It's okay.
Halfway.
Halfway there. We're trying. We would like to. We are trying to. But some of us, you know, like the marathon, you know, some are all the way in the back. Say, hey, I'm trying to catch up. I'm just going to walk and run. It's fine. There's no problem. As long as you get there, you're all going to get there. See? I guess I was playing with this thing. Yeah? Okay. Oh, there we go. So that's why I have the clock over there, because we all have this moment at different times. Like Haroldo Dutra, he says that his first Spiritist book was when he was 17, and really helped him to say, hey, you know, something else is happening other than, you know, just wake up in the morning, go to work, and keep going. Yeah? But we do have moments of clarity. You know those moments that you're like, oh my gosh, why did this happen to me? Why me? Why? Why that person is so happy, and with me, I just had a flat tire, or whatever is happening with my day. Why? Or when we are sick, or we know someone that is very sick. Usually those are the moments that we ask, you know, and we have a conversation, you know, with our father, saying, hey, what's happening there? I don't understand. So many times when things are not going 100% for us is when we ask ourselves, are we going, you know, in the right direction? What is happening here? Or it can happen having a conversation with someone also, you know, and that person asks, you know, herself, and you have a conversation with her or with him about it. So not necessarily needs to be in a bad moment or sad moment of our lives, but usually during the pain, what happens? Do we question more? Probably. So Haroldo Dutra, this Spiritist speaker, he says, we went to the moon. Is it far? Far. But we don't know someone that is very close to us. Who? Ourselves. We have a hard time to get to know what is in here. But wow, we went so far, but we cannot go so close to us. So, and those are the questions that we ask sometimes. Have you ever asked many of those questions? So, why am I here? Why? Not in the United States, but just in why are we here? Who am I? Who? I feel like there is something missing in my life, and I don't know if it's a person, a puppy, or a burrito. It's something.
Bicycle.
Yeah, there you go. Pão de queijo or something. What do I need? So it's so interesting because we start asking ourselves, so what am I missing? What is happening? And many times is this connection, with our Father, with our Creator. But many times we get in denial. No, I'm fine. And then we go back to our lives. We think about it. Oh yeah, no, I'm just gonna work, and and sleep and eat, and that's it. And then we don't ask. We don't answer if we need a burrito or the person or a puppy. So I was listening to this lecture from Haroldo. He did this lecture. He did one here in San Francisco, and he went to LA. And the one in LA, he talked about the importance, and I'm sure we all know this, but when he said, coming from him, I was like, oh, the aha moment. He said how important it is to silence ourselves. And he said, you only know our thoughts. You only know your thoughts when you are quiet, when you try to quiet your mind. And he said only that person, or basically for that person, it's easier to control her or his mind. Because when we are running, working, and doing things, we don't pay attention. We are not aware. That's why sometimes you do like a yoga class and they say at the end, oh, just be aware, where you are. And you're like, what? Okay, I'm here. I'm here doing the pose and thinking about what you're going to do next day and what is happening. So Haroldo really stressed the importance of meditation. You don't need to do 2 hours, 3 hours, like 5 minutes, couple minutes. Just take a deep breath and then think, what am I thinking now? What is in here? What is bothering me? Why am I feeling this way? And silence yourself. Because if you start asking a lot of questions, we are going to have that mental conversation and not getting anywhere. And then use this time to connect, to have a conversation with our Father, like I would have with Nietzsche. Like, hey, we don't need a formula, we don't need fancy words, we just talk like we talk with a friend. So that's the prayer. So the question is, when are we going to help ourselves to have this moment to wake up? Joanna de Angelis is this spirit mentor from Divaldo Franco. In one of the books, she said, we should study ourselves. Can you say this word here? So does it mean I do one day and that's it? No, it's always. Okay, so this is in the Gospel according to the Spiritism. It is, my kingdom is not of this world. The clear and precise idea which can be formed of a future life provides an unshakable faith in what is to come. So it's talking about future life. We are here, we're going to live whatever, how many years, we don't know. We take the train, we don't know when the train is going to stop, correct? So, but the faith that there is more is what helps us. But we put a lot of energy and effort in everything that is, my car, my house, and I'm not saying it's wrong. It's fine. We need a house, we need a job, we need something, we need money, correct, to live. The problem is the attachment, the excessive attachment. That is, can be a trouble for us. This is from the Gospel according to the Spiritism, and also the chapter 2. And it's so interesting. This is the story of this queen. So this queen, and think about today, we have very few queens, but think about someone in a higher level in a company, like the CEO or the founder, so how he would see himself after he passed away. So do you think you feel, oh no, I deserve a better position? Hey, I had 5,000 employees. I'm sure I'm going to be received, when I pass away, I'm going to be received in the spiritual realm with flowers and, people calling my name. So this queen has this, frustration or deception because she was a queen and she thought that she was going to be received in the spiritual realm, like what? As a queen. She was a queen. So she was going to be received as a queen. And she is interesting. She says, I see way above me, way above those that I thought they were nothing because they had a humble position. And I really like this part here. Queen I was among men, queen I believed to enter the kingdom of heaven. What an illusion when instead of being received as Charles, sovereign, I saw above me, but far above, men who I thought to be insignificant. I was practicing this word with my daughter, as you can tell, the one who I had despised, for they had no noble blood. Then I understood the uselessness of the honors and greatness that is desired so much on earth. It is so when you are in the spiritual realm, nobody's gonna ask you, okay, what were you? Were you a teacher? Were you a doctor? Where were you? What position did you have? Nope. The question is, what did you do that was good? And how many tears you wiped? So just for us to think, where are we putting our energy? So what do we need as incarnated spirits? We need shelter, food, water, air. Anything else? Entertainment, fun, yeah.
Friends, Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, well, definitely. Oh, yeah. It's so interesting because I think we started talking about it the other day, and so we are so connected with the Wi-Fi, with the internet, that it's so hard to get away from our phones. Like you have that need to answer the question, like within 3 seconds, Like someone was saying the other day at the gym, she said, oh, I got this message and I was busy and didn't answer. So the person called me, hey, I sent you a message 10 minutes ago. Come on, not gonna answer. But it's so interesting how we are, you want to go on vacation, where you want to go? Oh, is there Wi-Fi in that place? There's no Wi-Fi, no vacation. So with when Haroldo talks about, us being in this somnambulic, stage, let's think about it. As incarnated, we live as someone who does like a sleepwalk, so not aware. So many times, waking up years later, if we wake up, right? I just want to show you this video. Let me see if we have time. The sound is somewhere. On the computer. Okay. So I need to make sure it's louder. Okay, I guess it's next. This is from documentary called Happy.
অনেকে গালাগালিও করে দেয় মাঝে সাঝে যারা ধরুন একটু ড্রিঙ্কিং করে থাকে হয়তো ডিস্টার্ব উঠলো তারা গালাগালি তার থেকে একদম ভাবতে যাবো ভাই ঝগড়া করি না আমি আজকে ঝগড়া করবো আবার পরের দিন আমার ডিস্টার্ব উঠবে না বলে ঝগড়া করে ঠিক আছে দুটো গালাগালি করলো।
Would it surprise you to know that in a recent survey, this rickshaw driver, Manoj Singh, was found to be as happy as the average American?
তখন খালি পায়ে গেলে তখন ওই গরমকালে একটু বেশি কষ্ট হয় আমার, পা পড়ে প্লাস এদিকে রোদ্দুর তাপ। আর এমনি বর্ষাকাল ফর্ষাকাল ভালো, আমাদের কোনো অসুবিধা নেই, ভিজে গেলেও কোনো চিন্তা থাকে না, জানি আবার শুকিয়ে যায়, আর একটা প্যাসেঞ্জার তুলে ধরলে শুকিয়ে যায়। বাড়ি আমার ভালো।
This is home.
বাড়িতে ভালো লাগে, একদিক দিয়ে এদিকে ফাঁকা হাওয়াও আসে। বর্ষাকালে একটু কষ্ট হয়, ঝাপটা ঝুপটি চারিদিক দিয়ে মারে, তখন অসুবিধা। নাহলে আমি প্লাস্টিক উপরে আছে, তার সাইডে প্লাস্টিক দেওয়া, প্লাস একদিকে জানলা আছে, জানলাতে হাওয়া ভালোই আসে, ভালোই থাকি, খারাপ কিছু না। সকালবেলা ফিরি যখন ওরা বসে থাকে ওই চার দোকানের সামনে, ওরা যখন মানে টাটা রাস্তার দিকে বাবা আসবে বাবা আসবে, তখন ওদেরও মন ভালো লাগে, প্লাস আমাকে যখন বাবা বলে ডাকে আমার মনটা আরো খুব খুশি হয় আর কি। বাচ্চা কাচ্চা যখন ওই গরিব বলতে গেলে কি বাচ্চা কাচ্চার মুখ দেখে তখন আমার বুকটা একটু উঁচু হয়ে যায় যে আমার মতন কেউ বড় লোক নেই। হয়তো নুন বাড়তে খাচ্ছি কিন্তু খুব আনন্দ আছে না, কারোর সাথে ঝগড়া ঘাটি নেই, কারোর সাথে মিলে রয়েছে, আমাদের খুব আনন্দ হয়, আমরা সবাই বন্ধু।
Good grammar and spelling are important, but if you want to write essays that inspire, messages that forge brighter connections,
I need your help.
and emails that get the job done, you need to think about more than just grammar and spelling. This sentence is...
Thank you. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that one. How do I make this present? Okay, back. Oh, sorry. So it's interesting. There's video I highly recommend. It's from a documentary called Happy, and just to put things in perspective. You know, everything that they talk about it, where do we put our happiness? So I think it's interesting when he says, you know, when he's wet, it doesn't matter, you know, because he gets dry as he starts pruning. So it just makes me think, wow, sometimes it rains before it's wet usually when we have problems, but then just keep going and things will get better. So we just need to have that hope. So if you have a chance to watch this documentary, it's pretty amazing. And I just want to talk a little bit about, this is the collection from Angelis that he wrote through Chico Xavier, medium, very famous in Brazil. And nosso lar, Angelis, as incarnated, he had a very nice life, he had everything he needed, he went to school, he had a good job, good position, and then what happened is he discarnated. When he was in the spiritual realm, he realized, you know, what happened. So that was when he woke up. So interesting, huh? So he passed away and he needed, so only then he woke up and realized, wow, what should I do with my life? So just for us to think a little bit about what are we doing with our lives and when is that moment that we are gonna, you know, reflect and try to go, you know, within our hearts and find our, you know, self-awakening. And I asked Ricardo, thank you, Ricardo, for us to do something different today. And
You have the.
I don't. Do you have it? I didn't put it. So you're gonna sing without
Yes.
the video, Ricardo?
No, so people can see the lyrics.
Oh, okay. So Ricardo is gonna play music, and then we need to do like to sing. And you're beautiful voice. It's okay. We are all in the same boat.
So if I can find the video quickly, I'm gonna put on mute, but we can. But where is the search page?
Do you want me to send it to you? The one that you sent?
Skip that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the page is not loaded.
Page refresh.
You guys know the song Brother, Sun, Sister, Moon?
No.
Em português, Irmão Sol, Irmã Lua. Francis of Assisi? It's on the movie. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay, gotta close this little ad. Let's go back a little bit so I can be in time for the song. Brother, sun, and sister, I seldom see you, seldom hear your tone. Preoccupied with selfish misery, brother wind and sister air, open my eyes to visions pure and fair, that I may see the glory around me. I am God's creature, of Him I am bound. I feel His love awaken my heart. Brother, sun, and sister, moon, I now do see you, I can hear your tune. So much in love, without that I survey. So much in love, without that
Very good, thank you. Thank you so much all for being here tonight. We ask that during the coffee, if you don't mind, while you're waiting here, just try to say a prayer, relax. I know there's a huge urge to check your email, your WhatsApp, and everything, but try not to do it while we are here.